Yeah, welcome back to the show. Many thanks for staying with us. It's another day and another distasteful news that 4 persons remain in critical condition in the Gbane mine blast. Death toll remains at 16, and this afternoon the Regional Security Council has managed to calm nerves as tension begin to build among the youth there over operations of the Chinese mining firm Shaanxi. Today we take you to Gbane in the Upper East region. We'll also have a conversation on the mining sector, looking at the bigger picture. I have in the studio here with me Charles Bisu. He's a presidential staffer. He's also the secretary to the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. Mr. Bisu, you're welcome to the show.
Thanking you.
And many thanks for your time. Also, we'll be going to the Upper East region. Like I said, the team has left Accra to that location. Lateef Idris is with them. He's currently traveling with the minister. But we understand that they've arrived. We'll be getting through to Lateef Idris there. So let me start the conversation with you, Mr. Bisu. What do we know? I mean, this happened yesterday. This afternoon, our reporter on the ground has told us that the death toll has risen to 16. So 16 people have died. What does the Interministerial Committee know that we don't already know?
Okay, first of all, we express our condolences to the family, the committee, and on behalf of the government. I know the ministers will actually come out and do the same. Now, investigations, they've actually started investigations into the matter. As you know, the minister is actually on his way there. So we would wait for him to come out with, what actually they find out when they visited the back. What I do know, the snipers of information that I am picking from there is that they were actually working on a legal concession, but then they were illegal miners. Yeah,
so this legal concession is the one that I suppose belongs to the Shaanxi Chinese mining firm.
The person I spoke to, there's a company called Nyenya. Nyenya is a small-scale mining company. Okay. They came to the Interministerial Committee during the vetting period. They've gone through the process, and they were supposed to, go for their EPA license and operating license and all that. So they were actually in the category B, because we have the category A, which were the 15 licenses that were actually passed to go and work. Okay. And the category B were those who had problems, i.e., EPA and all that. So we're waiting for them to actually regularize that.
Okay, so this company is called what again?
Nyenya.
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 And yes. It spells like, I think, N-Y-E, something like that?
Y-E-N-Y-E-Y-A.
Okay, so Nyenya.
Yes.
So Nyenya is a new mining company that secured license to work.
No, the information I'm getting, I spoke to, when we went into our documentation, I spoke to one of their reps, and he told me that was their concession, and that the people went there to work illegally. Shaanxi, from what I gather, was they provide mining support services. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of problems happening in the mining sector.
Okay, because we need to get this, understand this, so that when we finally speak to our correspondent on the ground, we'll be able to corroborate some of these reports that we're getting. So what they're saying is that the Shaanxi, they provide support services. So they're not miners. They're not mining as in they're not there to mine.
That's what I'm saying. I would want to wait for us to actually delve into. But from what I gather from the Nyenya guy, because I understand that there are some litigation issues going on there. But he's saying Nyenya belongs to them. They've come to the Interministerial Committee, gone through the procedure of vetting and all that. And further to that, he said Shaanxi provides mining support services to them. And that those working, the bereaved, the 16 people who died, were actually working on the concession illegally.
So they basically encroaches on this particular concession. Exactly. So 16 of them have died, and I don't know whether or not you've had any information coming in from your team. People, your team who are on the ground at the moment. We're trying to raise Lateef on the line, so we get the very latest on the ground, as well as Albert Sori, our correspondent who lives in this area. Lives in Upper East, so he understands this situation better. When we speak to him, he'll be able to help us get the difference between this Nyenya company and Shaanxi. Let's get over on the phone lines and speak to Lateef Idris, who has just arrived there with the minister. Hello, Lateef.
Hello, Gifty.
Lateef, what is happening at this moment?
At this moment, the Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, Kwekwa Asumatreme,
Hello, Lateef. Latif, if you can hear me, you need to reposition so we can hear you properly because we cannot do so at the moment. Let's try this once again. Hello, Latif. We've lost Latif there. But we'll still keep trying to reach him on the line. I've got this information here. It's coming from the Presidential Committee on Environment and Natural Resources, and it says announcement. And I'm going to try and read this quickly so that you can help us understand exactly what it's all about. It says that this announcement is for the attention of owners of earth-moving equipment as well as those who rent them as part of the arrangement to sanitize the small-scale mining sector. The IMCIM is tracking all earth-moving equipment, excavators, and assisting owners to register with the DVLA. Please take notes, and then it goes on with the cost. But let me put this aside briefly because we want to understand the situation in the upper east region there. Does it mean that even when there had been a ban placed on illegal mining, the people were still mining?
Okay, I mean, the ban on illegal mining was for us to actually have a certain parameter within which we are all working. Basically, you realize that when the Ministerial Committee was formed, the system was polarized. We had a system where one license owns about 5 concessions and all that, so we didn't know where legal concessions were. So the whole idea of the ban was to actually help us work within a certain framework. You see, the 16 that died, I do not know if they've actually gone to Takwa School of Mines, because recently, from December up until now, about 1,200 illegal miners have been trained as to responsible mining, coming from the 3 northern regions. And within that, further to that, they're going to go under the community mining scheme, which was within the roadmap or the reforms that the Interministerial Committee brought forward. So I would be sad if they hadn't been there, because if they had, then they wouldn't have actually gone underground mining and all. Because
that's one of the things that we were told, that the ban was lifted because there had been measures put in place to regulate the activities of illegal mining. So especially when you have as many as 16 dying just a few weeks, if you like, after the ban was lifted, that is worrying. Yeah, it is worrying because, I mean, if you look at statistics, within the time that the ban was imposed, there hadn't been any deaths until recently when Shaanxi, the same company, none reported. Yes, I think there was one. I mean, when it was placed, I think at a point there was one somewhere. I can't remember exactly. But then but of course, the frequency, it wasn't as it used to be. Exactly. So there's a direct correlation with the ban and the decrease in people that died in that realm. But basically, if you're looking at it, then it means that illegal mining still prevails. We have a parameter that we're working within. That is knowing the number of concessions within the country. From here on, we're going to know the number of miners. We did the reforms. We have the ID card system. If the ID card had been in existence, then these miners would have been actually identified, where their tax and all that, which is fine. I mean, basically just to trace where they are. So what I'm trying to say is that the reforms that has been brought forward would actually help us actually curb curb illegal mining within the system, and that is under the community mining scheme. Some people have actually said that it means we're just seeing results of lack of focus on this part of the areas where illegal mining goes on. So people have said that it looks like a lot of focus had been in the Akim area, has been in and that the northern part where also illegal mining happens has not really received a lot of attention. 10 regions, out of the 10, 8 are mining regions, except Volta region and Greater Accra. We did 5 regions first, and then I think in September we went to the 3 northern regions, inaugurate district mining committees, which are ad hoc, to actually stop illegal mining. Further to that, we've trained about 1,200 miners who are then, illegal by now, unregistered. They are on our data, who will be going under the community mining scheme. And within the roadmap, we're supposed to go there and actually demarcate concessions for them. And the ban was barely lifted about a month ago. And the community mining exercise or the scheme starts in February, late February or first week of March. That's what I'm saying. That
1,200 who were trained over the Christmas period. I'll be sad if any of them had actually gone underground. Yeah, because when they went to the UMAT to study how to mine responsibly, they were taught all these things about explosives and all these things, the hazardous chemicals that shouldn't be used and all that. So
okay. Well, the thing is that we don't have all the details of these people, who they are and all of that. But let's get on the line. Albert Sorry is our Upper East regional correspondent. He joins me on the line now. Hello, Albert.
Hello, Gifty.
Albert, as of midday today, the death toll had risen to 16. Has anything changed concerning the figure?
Oh, nothing has changed. As a matter of fact,
looks like we're having to battle with the network issues over there. Albert, let's try this again. Do you hear me? Hello, Albert? Okay, we've lost Albert as well. Let's keep on with our conversation. As soon as we have Albert, we'll get a bit more into that.